Hi, everybody. So, my name is Gina, and I am a very fortunate person. I have four sons and three daughters. Actually, five of the kids are now official adults, which is really weird. But what I'm doing today is my first official Les Talk, and it is my coming out story. So I have a little different coming out story. When I was young, I was in foster care and then I was adopted. So my attraction to women started right when I was little, but I had rationalized it and said to myself, oh, it's because I really want a mom. But when I was 9 years old, I had a friend who had four older brothers. You can probably tell where this is heading. And they had magazines. So my friend showed me them and they were giggling, because they shouldn't be looking at these things. And isn't this so wrong? And I noticed my reaction was different. I found them very attractive and I was like, ooh, that's hot. And I realized at 9 that my reaction to these magazines was completely different from my friends. I don't know if I really thought too much about it. I just knew, okay, I'm different. I think girls are really pretty and I want to get close to girls. And when all my girlfriends were having little crushes on guys, especially like, the Hollywood stars, and they're like, this guy's so hot, I just never had that. Now, when I was in high school, I wanted to be a doctor. It was real wishful thinking because my marks were not there. But my counselor had told me if you want to have children, you cannot be a doctor. Well, then, and I believed that. So then, obviously, I'm thinking to myself, I can't be with a woman because I can't have kids. So, long story short, I got married young in university. I had my children. They're incredible. Um, my husband and I got divorced. In high school, I never told anybody what was going on in my mind. When I went to university, it just trickled out. All my really good friends knew that I liked girls too, but I wanted to have a family, so I was dating my now ex husband. When my ex husband and I were together, he knew that I really liked girls. So he, every once in a while, would ask me if I was gay, and I would say no. So, anyways, we separated. I had been single for many, many years. Um, and I was lucky enough about 12 years ago to meet my now wife. But I didn't really exclusively date girls, I didn't really talk much about it. And when my wife and I season decided to start dating, I was thinking, how am I going to let my kids know, or how do I even approach talking to them about it? Because I mean, I didn't even talk to them about dating or anything like that. I kept things really parent child, meaning that I just never unburdened myself on them for anything, which I still think is the right way to be. But, anyways, my oldest daughter, Waverly, she said to me, Mom, go for it. So I did. My kids were amazing. My friends were amazing. I had a couple friends that were really surprised that I was dating a girl. And so then our relationship keeps moving along. It's amazing. And we get engaged. About 5 days, well, no, maybe 6, 7 days before the wedding, I'm sending out invitations because it was right during COVID. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to actually have as many people as we wanted. We only had about 50. Well, I was adopted when I was preschool age. So my mother, my adopted mother, who is my mother, she is in her 80s at this point, and I decide I need to tell my mom and let her know I'm getting married. How do I do that? So I asked my wife, how did you come out of the closet to your family? And she told me she sent a fax. A fax. So I was like, that's not going to work. I need to be mature about this. Okay, the way I came out to my mother, I sent her a wedding invitation. Also, probably not the best way to come out. If I had have had other people that I could have looked to, it would have helped a lot. And I think this is really important to have visualization, especially of lesbians, because Growing up, the only time I ever saw gay people were on movies, and they were always the comedic, sidekick. They were never just a serious character with uh, with a true family, with a true love. They were always kind of the joke. So, I had nothing to look towards to say, "Oh, I I recognize myself in these women, or that this is possible." Because now, if I was growing up, um, I would have never ever took the route of getting married, having children that way. There's so many ways now that two ladies or two men or single people can have children. And that's certainly something that I would have done now. I mean, the wedding invitation worked. My mother did show up. Season was in a suit, and I'm thinking to myself, she knows she's a chick, right? But it worked out well. I think age has softened my mom, because if I had tried to come out even 10, 15 years ago, that would have been a big NO. But it wouldn't have stopped me, and it wouldn't have made me feel lesser than. But, there was this idea that I needed to hide. I also thought that maybe it was just kind of almost like not a fetish, but I thought, okay, maybe I'm attracted to both. But now when I look over my life, I realize I never had those romantic feelings for boys. But I certainly had a lot of girl crushes growing up. Um, my wife and I have decided we're going to do a series called Les Talk, and this is the very first one. It's just me, but we'll be doing more.